Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I'll wait for some folks to come on in. I know it's been a very long time, couple of weeks, months, I don't know, since I've done a regular Tuesday live stream. Calliope, we have to have, child, we have to have a discussion here. You being ridiculous right now. Cats 100% were the reason I was not on time today, by the way. I was sitting on the couch and Sinbad begged for attention, and so I gave. And then I sat down here and Calliope tore my ass a new one again. Not because she was being mean or anything, but because she was so busy trying to cuddle me that her claws caught me. What? Hello, Hannah. Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Yes, of course, my first one back, I would be late. Of course. Stress is still getting to me because I don't know if you guys heard. Did you guys hear? We bought a house, motherfucker. Like, oh, it's okay. It's okay, baby. And I so badly don't want to go to work today. You know what? I understand, Cher, because you see, guys, if any of you are following my Instagram, which I don't know why you're not, let me give you an idea of why you didn't see me Sunday night and why you did not see me last night. So, aspetta marona aspetta, because I had to show you. Okay? Because when I tell you, your girl is in pain, right? My boss says, I bougie now. I've got a home mortgage. I bougie. But let me show you guys a little thumb. Okay. So we're gonna go to Instagram. We're gonna go right here. And we're gonna go back, back, back. I'm gonna show you. This is why you did not see me Sunday or Monday. We had 2 events. This is from the second event. Okay. It took me 3.5 hours, I think 4, to get all these done. Okay. I finally finished at like 9:30 and left work. Okay. So let's start with that. And so when I here was the original plan for these events, which I'm back to using this, and this thing is super unstable right now. Like, what the hell? We had 2 events, right? And hello, Quiet Chris. So here's how everything went on down. I had to be up at 3 a.m. to be at my job for 4:30 a.m. so that way we could prepare for a breakfast event that we cater every year at my job. And it's supposed to cater to only roughly 250 people. When we got there was 400. Okay. 400. So that was the first pain. So we were standing there spooning out the food, handing it out, rushing back and forth, running around. It was insane. And then one of the workers didn't come on time. Okay. So now mind you, I was only on 2 hours of sleep. Okay. 2 hours. Then the event ended around 10. And thankfully, it was very close to my house. Right? So I went home, I fed all my animals, and I passed out for roughly an hour to get back up, to be back at my restaurant for 1 o'clock. Because we had a second event. Now, mind you, Mondays we are closed. You all know this. Mondays we are closed. And we opened up for a special event for 40 people. 60 showed up. And it was a la carte, meaning they ordered off the menu. We didn't have a set menu. We didn't have a set nothing. So motherfuckers just kept fucking pouring in. And the thing is, if any of you have ever gone to a restaurant, imagine the restaurant going from dead to full in 10 minutes, and everyone puts in their orders at once. Okay? Everyone. We have one waitress. I had to be out front. Now, mind you, we're not a big restaurant. And everyone at this event was we'll say, not thin. They weren't all larger, but most of these women at least had hips. And so, and the thing is, we lost count. We just know that the receipts at the end of the day were 58. But many people handled multiple meals. They handled multiple people, and some people didn't order at all. So it was probably closer to 80. Okay. And so I could not help the waitress out front because we were so small. So I'm in the back and we're rushing. We are rushing. It was insane. We didn't have enough staff to get done what we needed to get done because, again, we didn't know we were serving that many people. And what's crazy is, so we have to, and again, you guys know that I don't mention what we cook for purely because I know that someone will try to find a reason. So I'm very careful on it. But we have 2 cooking stations for one of the dishes that we make. One is right up in the front, right behind the bar, and one is in the back. I had to make 20 of one dish, and the cooking stations were at 2 different spots. It takes roughly 3 minutes for one part of the dish to cook. So this was about a 25-foot span. And I'm every 2 minutes running back and forth and making it, getting a plate, setting it up, getting it out to the customer, okay? Right at the bar is 4 women, and they kept asking me for drinks. Like, you stupid bitch. Do you not see I'm in the middle of something? Do you not see I'm working right now? Excuse me, can I get a glass of water with no ice? No, the fuck you can't. Sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. You're not even supposed to be here. You are one of the 20 that's not even supposed to be here. Like, my God. So, oh, yes, because you see, quiet, Chris, you are right. You are right. It was great exercise. Here is the problem, kids. Last week, I did a little, I was all proud of myself. I walked around that event in Cary all by my lonesome, very proud, exercised, all of that. And I'll show you guys the video in a minute. Okay? Very proud of myself, walked around the event. And then I volunteered to go to Costco on Sunday. Now, as you all know, Costco is one of the stores that is very hard for me to walk around in because I can't lean on the carriage. Which is one of the things that helps me walk longer is if I can lean on a carriage, but I'm too fucking short for Costco carriages. But here's the even better part. I was going alone. Normally, I've got Starman with me because if you've never shopped at Costco, here's 2 fun facts about Costco. They have no bags. They are gigantic. And they have no, they're huge. They are fucking huge, as Natanya said, okay? It's very difficult to get things off of the shelves. It's very confusing because they do not map out the market correctly. But on top of that, they constantly change where everything is. So you could go to Costco one week and something will be located at the front of the store, and the next week they'll move it to the back. All the time they are changing it. They are changing the way it sets up, okay? All right? They also don't have carriage corrals. So when their parking lots are huge and you're trying to get through and find where you can put the carriage, you got to know where to put them. So then you got to march your ass back up. I gave up at that point. Now, mind you, on top of that, I was flaring up that day. Do you know why I was flaring up that day? Because I closed on my house on Friday. And I found out something real fun about myself. Because I have been trying for the greater part of 2 decades to buy a house, I'm in a slight state of shock, kids. Because now it's real. It's all real. We own this house now. It's done. There is no more worrying about credit. There is no more worrying about, are we going to have the down payment? Is it going to be possible? Am I going to screw over my landlord by not being able to buy the house on time? People are waiting on me. I can't do this. Am I going to be secure? Like, when I tell you guys, you have no idea. Like, yeah, yeah, Marsha, I did. We got the house. If you guys haven't seen, I posted it on my stories on my community tab on YouTube, and I posted it obviously on my own Facebook, and I posted it on my stories on Instagram. And I posted it in my Discord. I tried to make sure everyone knew, since that is one of the main reasons that I have not been here, because even last Tuesday, and I will get to that as well, last Tuesday got taken up. Hi, Nadia. Hi, thank you. Guys, this is another anti-Bopo YouTuber, and you need to be following her. You need to be following her. Thank you, Nadia. And whatchamacallit? It I didn't realize it. And I feel so dumb. But I sat there, guys, on Saturday morning. I was supposed to be getting to the restaurant because we got shit to do. I got to set up for the Monday event, and I'm sitting there. You guys know I am not, because you are very good at what you do. You have awesome videos, and she delivers it in like the sweetest, calmest voice, guys. But sometimes what she's saying, it's cold. It's true, but it's cold. You gotta be watching her stuff. You gotta be. And yes, it's right. Because I don't check shit you message. Right, I did. Everyone that I had personal numbers to, I was telling all of them about the house. And I sat there on Saturday because me and my boss's husband, we had to get to this event to set up all the stuff for the boards and for the buffet, because again, 250 people, not the 400 we got. We thought it was 250. We wanted to have it as easy as possible, get everything out of the way. And you guys, I am just sitting there like in a daze. I was in a daze because I woke up and I realized it was mine now. All the things I've been putting off, updating it. That's what Michelle said to me. The first thing she goes, you can finally customize the house. And I was like, shit, she's right. I can now. Because I've put off painting. I've put off repairs. I've put off landscaping. I've put off doing so much. And thank you, Chaco. I will take this opportunity and make sure I put it up on the screen so you can't deny it later. Wait, where'd it go? There we go. And dang it, it always goes so fast. Yeah, I'm gonna put in a catio at some point. Like, there's so many things, guys, that I've wanted to do. Update the chicken coop, put in the gravel, update the front yard. Like, there's so many things for the last 5 years I've wanted to do, and I guess I just got so overwhelmed. And then I had flare-ups on Sunday. So you need to understand, my fat ass is walking through Costco by myself. Starman is not there. Okay, so I'm doing this all on my lonesome. All right. Hold on, I'm gonna put something up on here so you guys have something to look at besides my hands going crazy. Hold on, because I know that a lot of you requested a sketchbook tour. So in a minute we're gonna decide what sketchbooks, but for now I'll just put up a really nice. We'll put up the ones that you guys can't see on Instagram at the moment. Who is a good? You know what? We'll leave her up. She's the most recent one. You can go right there. And whatchamacallit, like, I want to do so much, and still haven't found my engagement ring, so we have to go get the metal detector, try to find the engagement ring. But I was just sitting there, guys, and I was just like, it was really hitting me that it's all real now. Where'd I put my Blistex? I put my Blistex down. I can't find it. There it is. And so it was just like, it was hitting me so hard that it's all real now. And so then I'm getting flare-ups. I'm walking through Costco, and I had to keep stopping to go to use the ladies' room. So then I might have to catch a replay. I'm off. Oh, honey, we'll have a safe day at work. And so she's not sniffing them. She is foretelling through them. But anyways, and so I was late bringing the stuff back to the restaurant. And so then I got everything done then. But Sunday night, I had to go to bed early to wake up early for yesterday. And then we're sitting there, and here's the fun part, guys. So I must have hurt my toe on Sunday. So you gotta realize I put my knees through a lot because I went to the Lantern Festival last week. That was a lot of walking. I was very proud of myself. And then I still continued to work. And then I had to do a lot of setting up at the fortune telling via the nose. Shut up, Choco. Which, by the way, guys, in my future videos, Choco has made me some new breaks. The fraud son has to catch up. Where's Bublito? We need to get some animations out of him too, so I can shake it up a bit. We can have a little contest. Who's gonna be putting my knees through a lot? Phrasing. You know what, Choco? You hush him face. Hello, Allison. Hold on, moisturizing my lips. And so, like, yesterday, it was so bad. It was just so bad because we're running back and forth. We're going through the Civic Center. We're doing all these big running around. And then last night, 3.5. Is that you or Orion, Matthew? Okay. 3.5 hours of dishes. I actually had to have Starman, like, mess up my shoulders. Like, he had to, like, get something and just shove right into the center because I could not feel my back. My toe is all fucked up on my left foot, my big toe. That was fucking me all up yesterday. My knees hurt, and it was like, I was dead. Oh, and we got Big T as well. Yes, I do. Excuse you, Tony. You came in pretending that's violence, but you know what that is? That's called love. I, as an Italian, do not have shame in my body. I can say that pineapple does, in fact, go on pizza. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hold your applause. Thank you. But again, just like with Nadia, guys, if you are not following Big T Bariatric, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? This man is exactly what you all ask for. This is a man that's doing the work. He's putting in the time. He is losing the weight. You guys all want the weight loss journey out of me. You're barely getting it. But you know who you're going to get it out of? You're going to get it out of Tony. Because Tony's kicking ass. Pineapple on pizza is banging. Don't at me. That's right, Marsha. You tell him, Marsha. Ain't that bad? See? Thank you, Hunty. Thank you, Hunty. That's my girl. That's my child. And also, no, I have not seen it. Is it on Twitter? And, ooh, Witchy. Hello, Pluribus. Yes, I know. Your girl is back, guys. Your girl is here. Thank you, Natanya. Thank you, Natanya. Thank you. That is my girl. You see, it's because of Gothics and me influencing her, and I'm very proud of that. Excuse you, what, Tony? Already 12 pounds? And we are only 16 days into the new year? That is almost a pound a day. Of course I noticed you, Moon. I said hi. I must have gotten cut off. Good morning. Afternoon. Good afternoon, Moon. Good afternoon. Of course I noticed my daughter. Yes, it's my pinned tweet, but do I follow you on Twitter, Hunty? If I do, I don't realize it. Also, I follow a lot of people. Twitter is where I go to bust some brain cells, guys. Ugh. Orion brought me a gift. You guys like it? I'm very neglectful, but in my defense, Moon knows how hard it's been the last few weeks. What, you want it? You gotta get that hair out of your eye. What do you want? Point. Okay, tell me. Good boy. All right, go take it to Daddy. Go show Daddy. Red is not your color. That's pink, child. That is pink. It's okay. Just because you're a colorblind sponge doesn't mean we don't love you. So, all right. So now that I have pontificated, also, if you guys have not done it already, go and congratulate Horror. She made the partnership program to get members. So if you have been waiting to be a member for Horror Emirata, to get her that membership and get her a full YouTube partnership, please do me a solid. Go on over. Make sure you are following her. If she is live, just put her on another tab, put it on mute, make sure she gets them those views. She doesn't have a lot more to go. I think she's only got like 300 more hours before she's a full partner, and I think she needs like 500 more followers. So that was not red. That was not red. Mitchell, you are colorblind, sir. I'm judging you. See, even Orion, I don't know if you heard it, he just barked from the distance. Mitchell, he's judging you too. But okay, children, now, I heard that you wanted to have a tour of my sketchbooks. Do we want to tour Old Mermaids, February, or Inktober's? Or do you want me to scrounge around here and see if I have even older sketchbooks? What do we want? Because I've got, let's see. That's what I was requested today. I want a tour of your Nip Nops. You know what? You might actually get some of those in here. I'm going to have to be careful before I turn each page, because I drew these before YouTube. And I drew them for Instagram, and Instagram's a little more lenient on, you know, the Nip Nops and the who's and what's it's. So there's a little bit more nuance up in there. I'm kind of scared to look at your sketchbooks. Actually, I'm pretty tame. I can't lie, Tony. I'm actually pretty tame. Like, a lot of my shit is very fluff and happy and romance and shit like that. Like, now I've got some friends. I have got some friends. Let me see. So this one we've drawn all together. So you guys have already seen all this. This is ones we've drawn all together too. These are a lot of like from when whatchamacallit, I first started doing Tuesday chats. So like these are older, but they're not older in terms of you guys haven't seen them. All right, so what do you guys want to see? Instagram allows anything if it's convenient. That is so true, Chris. The man is not lying. Let me see, what have I got over here? I've got so many things. The most I've got is Inktober's, and I have quite a few Inktober's. Quite a few. This is Inktober. This is Inktober. This is Inktober. Let me see. This is Mermaid. I think this is this year's Mermaid. We'll get there. Christina's lifting and healing journey. Hello. Let's see, what's this? No, this is this year's Mermaid, which, by the way, got, oh, well, it looks like somebody wanted to eat it. Somebody's trying to eat this mermaid. Oh, you guys want to see the 2019 Inktober? Okay, hold on. And this is this year's 2023. I think what I'm going to do is, I think there's going to come a week where I'm going to just spend a week off catching up on my artwork, because I haven't drawn in so long, guys. Like, I've had to do so much prep work at the restaurant. It's ridiculous. But, all right. Do you guys want to see the 2019 Inktober? This is my very first Inktober. This was the year Mom died. This was the year Brandon died. And it was like, this was a turning point for me. So, do you guys want to see it? This is how I had it set up, because I brought it to work with me. Middle school art. Oh, shit. Do I even have any of my middle school ones? I think the only middle school I have is right here. That's this right here. So, this is 2002. This is the closest you're going to get to middle school for me, because I didn't have sketchbooks then. I didn't this was my first sketchbook ever, if I recall correctly. Everything else I drew on random pieces of paper. So this is 2002. Let me see if I can pull it closer for you guys. This was my dad's, because he worked on blueprints and stuff, so he had graphing paper, and so I stole it from him. So this is me trying to write my own comic book, I want to say, because that's me. 9 to 10, because I actually had this necklace. I don't know what that symbol means. It was a Chinese symbol. That was the cross I was wearing. And you can tell I'm very Dragon Ball Z inspired. A lot of my stuff was DBZ. Mine is so emo. It gets there. It gets there. Honey, in the closet on my side, I think there's a sketchbook. Either up on the shelf or to the left. It's going to be a hardback. It'll have Rainbow Bright stickers on it. Can you bring it to me? Who? Because I can get them off from here. Kitties! You're welcome. They totally now all believe they're going to get fed, which they are not. But it got the cat off of them. So this was just me trying to, like, I actually didn't draw a lot of women back then, if you notice. And you can see it right here. Notice how, like, the boobs are really big, but the hips are not. I actually had an easier time drawing men then, because that's all I drew was guys. Like, in the closet, on the left side, it'll be a black hardback sketchbook with Rainbow Bright stickers on it. And I was obviously always been into horses. Huh? DVD I watched my grandparents. I had a VHS. I had quite a few VHSs. This is Guy, guys. This is what Guy originally looked like Conan the Barbarian kind of situation. And that's me. It should be on the vent top where the metal is. If you don't see it, then I don't know where it is then. I could have sworn where I left it. I did find some cringe high school artwork. The problem is I can't show it to you because it's got my maiden name on it and it's got somebody else's real name on it. Guy. You know who Guy is, young lady. Well, I didn't even know what BDSM was then. I just know that, like, barbarians wore stuff and then tough warriors. So that's what I was trying to do. Don't ask me why they're fighting on a pole. Don't ask me. I do not know. Yeah, and Guy had a wolf. I don't know why. Tough warrior man. He had a big old wolf that he was gonna ride. Hi, black cats. That is not what it is here. As a matter of fact, Guy is a name in French. It's a guy's name in French. Spelled G-U-Y. Why are you gay? G, not G, Guy. And it's a G-I. Guy, G-I. A bit of a camel toe. Excuse you, that is his bulge. It's a very manly bulge. It's snowing and I'm watching One Piece. Of course you are. Yeah, it's spelled, so the French version is spelled like that, but it's pronounced Guy. Okay. How dare you, pluribus! Yeah, see, here it is again. Like, I couldn't quite figure out, like, I understood that is how a woman's lower half should look, and I understand how a woman's upper half should look, but putting them together was very difficult for me to figure out. I remember being very proud of this picture at one time. I was very, very proud of this picture. Oh, and this was me and my childhood best friend, Jess. And again, very DBZ inspired. We liked Goku's eyes better. And me and Guy, I was 12. Be gentle. Hello, chemistress. Finally catching. Yes. Oh, from Austria. Hello. I was very proud of this because look at the definition of knuckles. Like, there was muscle in there and bones. And I was very proud of that. Probably copied this from something. I don't know what though. Those hands are so stiff. This was definitely Gaia inspired. I just love, you know, even then magical stuff, and just want a little whatchamacallit, little elf. For some reason, I'm thinking, ain't it funny, Videl? I don't know why. I just thought it'd be hilarious if Videl was like, oh my god. I don't know why. I used to love DBZ back in my teenager days, right? Shipping yourself with your OCs is so relatable, right? I don't ship myself with someone else's characters. I only ship them with me. I'm coaching my friend to understand that reference and stealing other people's art is to learn is okay. Right, like this is me learning. This is me as a child. But I never posted these I never posted them at all, as a matter of fact. Back then it didn't exist. But even still afterwards, I never posted them because I was just like, it's not worth it. Where are you going? She's an artist. Videl, yes. Hello, Athena. How you feeling, baby? Oh, what happened to your whisker kid? I didn't even notice that earlier. This is one of my first real drawings of Angel. I'm very big into wings. Still am today. But I still to this day have a hard time drawing them. I think I've noticed it amongst all artists. All artists have this like weird thing about wings. They either do it perfectly, or you can tell that is simply how that artist is going to draw wings. That's it. That's how you're going to get it out of them. And I liked that wings could kind of look like a cape. So there you go. And to give you guys an idea, hold on. Is it in here? Is it in here? Let me see. So this is Angel 2002 and Angel 2023. It's a bit of a distance in age. You can see I still kind of keep a lot of things pretty consistent. Her symbol hasn't really changed much in all that time. Yeah, Helios was definitely an inspiration for me as a kid. Definitely something that I loved. I'm going to raise this up a little bit so you can get a little bit more. But yeah. How it started versus how it's going. No, she's still a unicorn. So Angel always had multiple forms. It was always she could be in human form, or she could be in I called them Unisys. That's what I called them. Alicorn sounds better, but it makes no sense. Because I was like, if you take a unicorn and a Pegasus, Unisys. But everyone's like, Alicorn. Okay. I mean, it does sound better on the tongue, but still. And don't forget, I didn't draw people as well. Alphacorn. Oh, and this was, who else has seen Gundam Wing? I race swapped. This was Duodet. This is Duo. That does sound better, right? And then I drew him regular. Alicorn was so odd to me, but I go with it because of what it is. Oh, here was me and Jess in our Super Saiyan form. This is Super Saiyan, guys. I'm so powerful and strong, OMG. Dare you, gender swapping one of the few times. This was me. Yeah, this is all 2002. So you can see from the beginning of 2002 to here, I was already improving, and I was drawing a lot. I was drawing constantly. And this, I drew from memory, whoever that cat is in in Kami's Lookout. There's no reason for Alicorn at all. I'm still quite confused on where it came from. I still don't understand it. I don't understand why it's Alicorn. Where does the alley come in? Like, can someone Google something that explains it to me, because I don't get it. Again, the way it rolls off the tongue is easier, but Unisys makes more sense to me. It just not Pegacorn, I'll tell you that right now. That just sounds like a bad porn. This was me attempting to draw Jack Skellington. I understood all this, but you know what terrified me? I know exactly, because like I especially then realized that if I tried to draw the body first, the head would never come out right. I always have to draw the head, because if I don't draw the head, the body looks fucked up. This was me trying to find my own style, because I assumed the way I drew was too generic and it was not mine. So I tried to make a Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon Dragon Ball Z me hybrid. Okay, so someone whatchamacallit, Hunty looked it up. From the Latin word ala, meaning wing, and cornu, meaning horn. All right, I guess it's fair enough. At least it makes more sense now. Oh, I didn't believe that MLP is what made it up. It's just I'd never really heard about it. No one had ever, like, I remember looking it up when I was young, and no one could say it. I will say I'm glad I only did this for a couple of drawings and then didn't do it again, because this is putrid. This is putrid. Like, I hate it so much. Also, me and Gee. My first love after Michelangelo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, thank you very much, when I was 5, was Gee. No, it was Sonic. Then it was Gee. This, and I still don't understand it, I think this is me, again, trying to improve Jess's and my character designs, which, again, you notice very dude hips, like very, what the hell's going on here? Why did I draw her sweating? I think we're supposed to be, like, in the middle of a fight. I drew us with blush and sweating, and I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I did it. It's Nyan Sugar Girls. DeviantArt anime, right? Oh, and this was my friend stuff. Screw him. He's a pedo. Oh, this is you can't read any of that. That's a letter from me and Jess to each other. But then that's Jess's drawing and my drawing. Thank you. Can't read that though. Oh, here is me again. Because, of course, Guy is a prince, so if I'm his girl, I'm gonna be a queen. Don't ask me about these symbols. I just decided that I had to have some marker. Okay? I had to have some kind of mark that was me. If you weren't a child time, I'd say something else, but you won't, because that was me at only 14. You can't say nothing. Symbols just be looking cool. That was my thought, but they also were okay. So Jess and I were passing this back and forth, so we had notes to each other. Oh, here's Diablo. There's Diablo for the first time. Hold on. Where do I have another picture of Diablo? Do I have any of him? They'd be down here, I think. Hold on. Aspetta. I gotta find it now. Let me see. Oh, that's a mermaid. Oof! The cat fur just went flying. Yeah, my mom and dad were not about throwing away artwork. Like, that's one thing. If they could find it, they would keep it. Oh, here's some old ones. Hold on. Aspetta, guys. Got... Here's some old shit. This is older. Not as old as what I'm showing you, but older. Let's see. Where is it? I'm pretty sure I've got a picture of Diablo in here somewhere. It's not this one. We can go through that in a minute. That's from 2018 and 2019. This is... Diablo's in there somewhere, but it's too small. Why is this all fucked up? Here he is. I have not drawn Diablo in his full form, like I did with Angel. And also, guys, this is why I'm not okay with Arteeza. Look what it did to my Azrael drawing. Look at this. Thankfully, the only reason why it didn't bleed, like, look at how ridiculous that is. Like, thankfully, it didn't bleed all the way through, but it bled through somewhat. It's fucking ridiculous. I had to protect Azrael at all costs. And that's a fully naked photo. I don't know if I can use that one. But she's covered. But here's Diablo. How it started. How it's going. So, in case you guys don't know, Angel and Diablo, they're a married couple. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, they're bleed through. Let me show you guys, okay? So, where is it? Is it in this sketchbook? My favorite drawing I ever did of Guy is right here. It is so washed out. So this is Guy, by the way. Hold on, let me get how it's going. This is my favorite one I ever did. I did this in 2019. And where is it? Where is it? How it started. How it's going. Oh, who is 100% superior. 100%. 10,000%. I would give any amount of money to just have just one of the notebooks or tapes my sister and I made in the 90s. It's so awesome to still have these, right? Raven, I be getting hot, then I be getting cold, right? Quiet Chris is going through menopause. That's what's happening to him. Angel and Diablo. Yes, very cliche. I was 14. Thank you. Hey, so hi, Rachel. Where is the wolf, though? Oh, that particular wolf no longer exists. I didn't even give him a name. I have a wolf character, Fang. I never draw him. Never draw him. Because, well, that's a whole other can of worms. Cliches still make me happy, right? But let me show you, because this is in 2019. Athena, I love you, but I'm in the middle of something, kid. What you doing? What's going on, Athena? She's up in my lap, so now I'm a little held back. See, look at this bleed through, though. This is so painful. Athena, do not start a fight. Orion's like, and look at this. Look at how like this did not look like it when I started it. It's so gross. The colors changed. Mind you, this is a $200 marker set. $200. Win? How is it a win? Look at this. And whoop. What I'm talking about, guys. That was a commission somebody asked for me. I didn't realize what it was. Hopefully that doesn't get me yanked. It was quick. Black, then it's white. Hold on, I gotta get past the nudes. But this is Azrael. Diablo. Gotta put that paper back in there. Show me more. No! This is Leo. Leo's got so busted. I'm so mad. His looked so perfect and beautiful before. Gotta put this back up so he doesn't get destroyed. Even the black had bleed through. It was so annoying. Let me see. Here's Red. He is Guy's brother. He's kind of an asshole. I love him. I didn't want it. Someone commissioned me. I mean, it wasn't Arteeza. It wasn't? What did you use? Oh, thank you, Todini. Guys, if you're on the Twitch side, make sure you go follow Mama Todini. Oh, Leo's stunning. I love Leo. I came up with oh, here's Angel. So fucking. When I tell you guys, this is how bad it is. Not only bleed out, but this was all purples, pinks, and blues. It's white now. Like it's just dead. It's so dead. Well, right now you can't commission anything yet, but eventually. This is, again, hair color dead, very pissed off. Here is Angel and Diablo's daughter, Aviana. The only reason her eyes are so good is because I used fine liners to do them. I'm going to, so I love these floating heads things, and I think I'm going to do an update on them. And whatchamacallit, I'm going to update, because do you guys like them? Would you want to see a whole series of my characters in an updated version of floating heads? Just of all of my characters? Because I did this. I mean, I watched Lord Gree on Instagram, and she had such cool artwork, and she did these floating heads, and it was an inspiration. I love these mugs. I specifically designed them to be stickers. And hi, Athena. If you guys hear my volume going up and down, it is Athena. She is nuzzling all over my leg. People getting angry about the Has-Been Angel Dust Poison. I am so over any Has-Been Hotel drama. Them getting mad that Alistair isn't black enough. Them getting mad that they use... It's okay that the entire of the fucking show... The entirety of the fucking show is making fun of the Christian religion. That's cool. Heaven forbid somebody mock voodooism. So don't get me started on that. But yeah, I made these to be stickers. This again, I love this drawing so much. I just, I got to think about stars and everything. She had the prettiest pink on her lips. Gone. The sky was this ombre of blue. Gone. Arteza has let me down so much, you guys. You've no idea. There's some nudity. Nudity. I think I caught it. Yeah, see, look. I made this drawing for Lord Gree as a draw this in your style. Look at the fucking death. Look at the death in this mouth. The shading is wrong. The only things that lasted were the green. The pink looks like shit. Show me the nip bumps. It still looks cool faded. To me, it looks like death. I hate it so much. Because it's not what I wanted. And let me see. That is a pinup I was trying to do. I gotta be careful. I gotta see where I'm going with all this. This was another draw this in your style that I just did not end up finishing because it was breaking my fucking hand. Oh, Helga. My death doctor. This is one of the first drawings I did of her. She's so cute. Look at her in all her beauty. But again, death. Look at the fucking death of all those colors. This was a bright bubblegum pink. It was beautiful. And Arteza ripped it away. And look at the shading on her, how blocky it looks now. It was gorgeous when I did it. Now I want you to draw death. This is death. She is a death doctor. But death to my colors. Death to my depth. I was so mad. This was an art trade with somebody that no longer talks to me. I'm very careful. This, if you guys have been on my Instagram, I drew this 2018. Who wants to guess who that is? Anyone take a guess. Who is this? The only kind of fan art that I stand for is gift art. Take a guess who this is. Who's last? 100%. That's my children, Natanya, Hunty. Yes, it's the Queen, Blair. I got Blair up on here. Okay, you guys want to see what took over my life in 2020 during the panty? Anyone want to take a guess what this is? I drew this by hand. Okay. There was a game I don't know if it's still out. It was Rise of the Empires, Fire and Ice. This is a map that I drew for my guild, which is one of the top guilds in my server, to wage war against others. I had to look up our section on the map that we claimed for the war, placing our alliance center, what castles went where, who, what we were building, because I was the leader of that guild. This took me 2 days. And I had control of over 40 people. And what always threw me off, massive nerd. You know what threw me off the most, guys? Yeah, look, and this is me writing down, see? Guardian Fortress, Assault Fortress, Coalition Base, Frontline Workshop, Alliance member. And then I had to write down who. Who had to go where? Do you want to hear the craziest part? And I know factually this is true. Half of my team that I was in control of were multimillionaires. 2 of them worked in the music industry. One of them was a Kobe beef farmer. These people were dropping thousands of dollars a week on this game. And I'm over here like, I might spend $1. When I tell you that game ruined my life, yes, I still have some of the members coming onto my Instagram and watching my stuff. Like, to buy a castle in this game, some people were buying other people's accounts for $25,000. $25,000. People were building up castles, because like essentially you become invincible in the game. You can go wherever the hell you want, do whatever the hell you want. In order to switch your server, it took like $400. The bigger your castle, the more expensive it was, and you had to continually buy tickets. To switch servers, just first time, was like $80. Do you see why I left the game? They would get mad that I wasn't paying attention while at work. You missed an important meeting with the guild members. I'm sorry. I had to earn actual money. I'd rather buy land in a custom. The problem is, Dylan, these people already had all that. They did not care. It was insane. Oh, that's a nude. Might have more nudes going on here. Oh, you guys might remember this. So I drew these in 2021, right before I really started doing YouTube. And oh no, this is what happens when you use Arteza. I used Arteza for the background on this. Son of a whore. Been a hot minute since I've seen this drawing. That's upsetting. That's upsetting. That is deeply upsetting. And this was my first like realistic drawing in a long time. Oh, and there, yep, these are all Artezas, guys. All Arteza. Pain, pain. Look at my girl. Look what happened. My poor Helga. My poor Helga. But I'm going to start doing more work with my OCs for sure, because I love my characters so much. And if I wanted to be known for anything art-wise, I'd rather be known for my own characters. That bow looks nice. Thank you, Fluffy Paws. Thank you, Nadia. I planned on making them out of shirt, like making them into shirts on my shop, but I honestly just don't know what people like. You know, this is a common thing, and I've got a lot of artists in my chat. I guarantee you all can confirm. You love your own art, but every time you share it, your fear is that everyone's gonna hate it. And you just, it's not that it's gonna hurt your feelings. You feel like that's an actual being and that you feel bad for that being for not getting that love. Like, that's how I see it. I was thinking people spouting about their own OCs. Thank you, Raven. See, Moon, Hunty, both of them amazing artists. Both of them have awesome characters. You both know what I'm talking about, because that's your child, and you don't want your child to hurt. You don't want your child to be insulted. You want your child to be safe. And so you don't want someone to say, oh, they look ugly or they're stupid, because you're like, no, don't talk about them that way. They're going to hear you. And you know they can't. You know they can't. Right. See? Rachel's an author, by the way, guys, in case you don't know. Anyone here is new. Like, Nadia, you don't know. Rachel has a book. Hold on. Where's my book? I see Linda's. Oh, Rachel, I didn't get your book. That's right. Whoops. For me, my characters are stories inside my head. I have an existential crisis. See, Dylan? That's how I was for a really long time. That's why I didn't have drawing pads, and that's why I would only have like a random piece of paper. And like, that's why this is the first time I really drew them. By the way, this is me in 2 forms. Oh my God, you guys. This is me in my angelic form. This is me in my regular form. Again, couldn't do hips to save my life, but the tits were coming along. Hunty lives for angst, right? Quite literally hurt my children my own storylines. I don't need the internet to hurt them. And whatchamacallit, this is me in the battle form for the angelic one. Shit, I think this book is falling apart. It is. Oh my God, no. Don't die on me. Don't die on me. And then whatchamacallit, I think this is me drawing Guy and me as animals. I think it's my attempt at being a furry. Yeah, I think it's my attempt at being a furry. It didn't last very long. And this is one of the reasons why I don't like fan art, guys. You ready? Okay, you saw how badly I can draw for myself. This is me at 14 imitating Inuyasha, and I did that completely freehand. And I only felt proud that I could copy it, but I didn't feel proud of my ability, because this is what would really throw me off, is that I could copy Inuyasha perfectly, but when I tried to draw my own stuff, it didn't come out the way I wanted it. And that was one of the first things that really hinted me that fan art, in my opinion, wasn't good for growth. Again, Dylan, I didn't get that far. No fursona. And see, so like, this was not how I imagined. It didn't come out the way I wanted. You're currently watching the anime. It is so good. See? And here is Azrael. I told you guys he kind of looked like Inuyasha, right? So how it started, there's one of the first drawings of Azrael. Hold on. Let's get back to my boy. Get back to him. There's me, Angel, and Azrael. How it started, how it's going. I would say out of all my designs, that's the glow up. That's the glow up right there. I am so proud of Azrael's current design. So much better. So much more character. Not even furries like furries these days. Furries are fucking weird. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, have a reference photo, but make it your own. Right. And see, that's what I try to do with Azrael. Like, again, it's such a complicated story. Like, it's weird. Okay. Just got an email that one of my photos got an award. Congratulations, Allison. I got my fursona and social distance myself before COVID and before lockdowns and COVID happened. It's how I feel about people using 3D printers. Right. This John Line reminds me of Gelflings. Yes, I agree. I can see that. Yes. Yeah, way better now. 100%. Oh yeah. Like Azrael, when I decided I was going to update all my characters, Azrael and Red were the #1 candidates. #1. Azrael being more important. Oh, look, there's me and Guy. There's me and Guy again. I was getting better at hugging, but I couldn't figure out where fingers went. Oldie art is old, but still new, right? And this, I think this was the beginning of emo stuff for me, like angsty. Don't even know who he is. No one ever knows what a gelfing is. When the new version came out on Netflix, I was all over that, Hunty. Like, they did such a good job. What's back here? What's this? Nothing. Oh. Hey, Cassie, guess who? Yes, you guessed your best friend. Don't know who that is. I don't know who wrote that. Somebody wrote that in the very back of this drawing pad. Don't know who. Yeah, I was really mad it did not get picked up for another season. Angst son, right? I don't know who that guy was, but he was definitely meant to be like an angsty little teen. Okay. So now we've gone to that. Athena, you are not making this easy. Like, you guys understand, like, she is right here. Having to balance her while I'm doing all this. Because she doesn't sit still. You want to hear what happens when I pick her up? Ready? Angry little girl. I'm currently making a brand new character, so I will listen to you. Ooh, do it. Have fun. Nothing's more fun than... Oh my God, my Google is asking me questions. All right, so who's ready for 2019 Inktober? I know Atina. Atina is one of my anxiety-ridden cats. And because, remember, guys, I told you we had that outburst of fleas in the summertime when the heat, when the AC broke and we were like trying to fight everything at once. She is very mouthy. You ready for this? Hold on. I'm going to show you how mouthy she is. Come here, Athena. No. Child. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? She's one of those cats that self-harms. She's getting better at it. Child, you cannot sit on that. Where are you going? What you doing? You gonna sit over there? Is that what you're gonna do? What you gonna do? What is it, baby? You gotta decide. What you gonna do? You can sit right there. Do you want to stay right there? Oh, she's beautiful. She's a psycho, but she's beautiful. Can you sit there? Don't take anything with you. Do not step on the keyboard. I'll kill you. Over this way. Over this way. Don't step on any keys. Don't step on any keys. Thank you. I don't have too big a problem with fleas and ticks. Oh, we have them so bad here. Oh, they are so bad. North Carolina is the fucking worst. Fleas just exist all year long because we never hit a deep enough freeze to kill them off. She's sweet but a psycho. Well, the thing is, and I love my best friend, but she's got 5 kids and she really didn't teach them space. So when Athena came to me, anytime you put your face near her, it was on site. Like, she was ready to throw hands and she would bite, she would scratch, and it was not a warning. It was, I am not only going to make you stop, I'm going to make sure you never want to do it again. So I've had to very slowly and over time get her accustomed to hands and faces being in her face and it not be scary for her. Because it came to a point where it didn't matter what you did. Like, if she walked up to you, put her face in your face, and you looked at her, she'd attack you. And I had to put an end to that because I was not going to be asleep in the middle of the night and have this cat walk up on me and then attack me because she felt threatened. Oh, Edie. Yes, I'm finally streaming. Shut up. We should be back to normal now, guys. We should be back to normal now. There should be no more problems. Knock on wood. But moving on. This was my first Inktober. Let me get a little closer because these are old. So they're going to be a little harder to see. So, dude, she had 3 of them back to back. 3 of those kids were one after the other. We are talking pregnant within weeks of giving birth. I was like, woman, lay off of him. But anyways. So, this was my Inktober, and the reason why it was so important to me that I did it was because I did not draw a lot. 2019 was when I recaptured drawing again, because I hadn't like drawn for a decade. I don't know how many of you know. In 2011, I started going through a depression. I started having all sorts of problems. And what went down was I was losing confidence. It was 2010. I went to an anime convention. I paid for an artist alley, and I had a horrible experience, horrendous experience. And I drew artwork. I did on-demand commissions. I spent money that I did not have because, as most of you know, that was during the recession and Rhode Island was hit really hard. And nobody wanted my artwork. No one was even interested. I had a couple of commissions that were literally, when I tell you they were $1, and I drew them on little cards. That was it. And after that, I just did not draw. So I didn't draw for 10 years. I might sketch something here and there on a paper while I was sitting around doing nothing, but I just simply stopped drawing. And that was when I first moved to North Carolina afterwards. That was when I was at my loneliest because nobody would come and visit me. I went through a depression, and I would just sit there. If I wasn't working, I would just sit in the house because, as you guys, many of you know, when I moved here with nothing but the cats, the TV, the video game systems, and some clothes on my back. And we didn't have any furniture in the house for a couple of months. And we didn't have a mattress for almost a year. No, 2 years. That was around the time I had my miscarriages. So it was a very long and not happy period in my life where I was just struggling all the time. We were constantly in debt. We were constantly in problems. Things were always breaking. We didn't have a lot of money. And, you know, people didn't really seem to give a shit about what was going on with me. Like, they did, but they didn't. If you guys know the history between me and Gothics, you know, at that time, she and I and our mutual best friends, we were having a hard time. That was around the time in 2014 when I got stuck in Rhode Island for 3 months because I literally could not afford the $100 some odd to fly back home. And when I tell you guys, I told myself, because again, art supplies were expensive. Like, you have to understand that. And a lot of you are younger than me, but if anybody, Edie will know what I'm talking about. Edie is about my age. Art supplies up until 2018, they weren't cheap. There was no free way or easy or affordable way to get art supplies unless you got them used or you bought them in small doses over time. It was, you had to get either Rose Art shit or Crayola. They still aren't. They're a lot more affordable now, though. Like, if you wanted to work, rather bold of you to assume I know your age. Rachel, you're younger than me as far as I'm aware. But the only markers that I was aware I could get were Tombos, and even then it was expensive. Drawing tablets were like $500, right, Captain Fluffy Paws? Like, they were expensive, and they were not the touchscreen. You couldn't see what you were doing, and the whatchamacallit, yep. Yeah, that's pretty much all I could do was Bic pens and printer paper. That was it. And shut up, Chaco. I'm ignoring you. And so that was like, you got to realize something. So I was very hard up money wise. I thought you were like 34, 35, Rachel. Whatchamacallit. So I was always hard up for money, couldn't afford anything. And so I was just like, there was all these things stopping me. I just did not feel like it was even worth trying. I couldn't get out onto paper what I desired to get onto paper. I couldn't get the equipment that I wanted, and it felt like no one even really cared about my artwork. And so, on top of me feeling like shit, on top of me desperately trying to, you're younger than that. There you go. So what? You're like 31? Exactly, Rachel, you're younger than me, so you hush. And so I went through a decade of not drawing. And so when 2019 hit, we had a little bit of extra money. And so I asked my husband, I said, can I order? I found for $20, or was it 50? I can't remember. It was cheap. I found this set of markers. They were called Cali Art on Amazon. Markers? I'd only known about Copics up until that time. And the Copics were so expensive. So I ordered these Cali Art markers. That's a lot of my first artwork in 2019 was the Cali Art markers, which I can show you that book in a minute. And let me see, is it this book right here? I think it's right here. And so 2019, I tried to start off really good. I tried really, really hard to start off that year on a good note. As you all know, 2019 was like literally the worst year of my life. Yeah, this is it right here. This is the first drawing pad that I had after I started trying to take up artwork again. And I used Ohuhu water markers and the Cali Art markers. Mind you, these markers are like a quarter the price of Arteza. Go bleed through, just saying. And this was one because I drew super hard. And then I started trying to draw myself because I wanted to be an art YouTuber. So I was going to draw little bits of me. And that was the first commission I'd gotten in a decade. Right there. My friend Christina and her husband. And then I tried to do the Ohuhus again. But anyways, going on with saying, like, this was right before my mom died. And I just really wanted to be able to draw again. I threw myself completely into it. I went from not doing it at all to I was going to draw. I was going to succeed. In some capacity, I was going to make sure that I drew again. I'd already been mad at myself because I had squandered the skill I had for a decade. God knows what I'd be able to do now if I had not quit drawing for a whole decade. God knows. I probably would be a lot further along. I could probably do a lot more. I probably understand a lot more. But I allowed depression to take hold. Now, mind you guys, that's the crazy thing. Think about it. In that 10-year depression is not where I gained the most weight, but in the 4 months in the pandemic after losing my mom and Brandon, that's when I gained all the weight. Because why? When I was working, just working all the time, just trying to earn money. That's how I handled depression. But when I wasn't allowed to, I just sat there and did nothing. And when I was forced to eat, I just ate like the most calorie-rich foods I could. How crazy is that? I went a whole decade barely changing in weight. But then you'd be surprised, there are different levels to depression. There really are. That was a little tangent. So when I forced myself, everyone was gaining weight at that time, right? And yet you still abuse the cheeseburgers. No. Kitty the big whale. I don't abuse cheeseburgers. They're wonderful. I love them. And so I said to myself, when it happened, and you can actually see the drop off, I'll show you. So it was right here. This was the day that Brandon was gone. And so she abuses her mods instead. Right. And so it was right in the middle of doing Inktober. And I was not okay with it. But I forced myself to finish it. I told myself, it doesn't matter how upset I get. The blanket that gets heavier, right. I forced myself to finish the artwork. Because I knew that, one, he would whine if I didn't. He would have wanted me to not give up on myself and stuff like that. So, with all that being said, let's look through the Inktober because you started this cat long enough. So I made up rules for Inktober that I still try to follow to this day. So the only thing I've changed is the colors, but even then it's not always the case. So for Inktober, I've always said the rules have to be I had to use some kind of ink, whether it's alcohol marker, whether it's bottled ink like this, whether it's henna ink. I couldn't do digital. I would never do digital Inktober. It didn't make sense to you. I'm sorry. If you do Inktober digitally, I do judge you a little bit because the whole point is to get back into the basics. That was the whole point of Inktober, was to get back to doing real artwork. And this, if I recall correctly, I tried to do it without any pencils, if I recall, or as minimal pencil work as possible. And so when I did these, I was trying to challenge myself. So at this time, I only used black and white and like grayscale. Don't drink the alcohol markers. I tried to only use grayscale, right? So, or more monochromatic, whatever works. I tried to stick to the grayscale markers that I had. You're a fucking shameful digital hoe. Yeah, I never do digital. Wow, digital isn't real art. Rude. Whatever. Go ahead. Pretend. Pretend that's what I said. But I tried to do, and also the theme was it had to be Halloween themed. No matter what. I know, honey. It had to be spooky, creepy, fall. No matter what, I could not step outside the Halloween theme or fall or autumn theme. This was to prevent me whatchamacallit. This was to prevent me from getting overwhelmed. And I also try to keep the books small because I knew that if all of my Inktober books were this size, I'd never do it. I'd be too intimidated. So I made sure to have a small book. I made sure to limit the mediums. And I made sure to stick within certain parameters. So that way I could not talk myself out of it. Because that was the major thing. I was afraid I would be able to talk myself out of drawing. And I didn't want that. So this was Ringed, Mindless. And what I did was I drew a zombie. Notice there's no brain, but what is she still making sure to do? Take a selfie. And she's taking it from her non-rotten side. So it was like I was trying to show that sometimes the internet culture is a little mindless. I think this was Trust. Like, I was very proud of this Inktober. I did a lot of hard work on this one. We're getting into retro star art and print store. But people, again, my idea is nobody would want any of this in a print or anything like that. Like, I don't believe anyone will want my stuff printed. So it's very hard for me. I think this was Skull or Collection. I can't remember. Let me see. So the girl with the butt was Bait, Freeze. So this was Freeze, like a gargoyle frozen in place. She's got snow on her. This was Build. So it's a gremlin queen building. I think this was a husky. Yeah, the word was husky, so I drew a husky werewolf. This was Enchanted. This was the very first time I ever did a silhouette picture. And I was so proud of myself. I had always wanted to do them, but I was afraid that it wasn't going to look right. So what I found doing these challenges was because I gave myself a parameter I could work in, I started being able to challenge techniques I'd never done before. And so thank you. Like I was so incredibly proud of this picture. because it was the first time not only did I do it, but what I was thinking came out onto paper, and I was so damn proud of this. And if you guys notice, I do this a lot now because it creates this image that I want, and I love it. And so this was Pierce. I think it was Pierce. Let me see. Frail. This was Frail. So it's a very old, skeletal, nasty looking. And these are all on my Instagram, by the way, guys. If you go back enough on my Instagram, these are all there. Welcome back, Hannah. But yeah, all these are on my Instagram. This was Gallows. Again, I explored the theme of silhouettes a lot this particular Inktober. Like, I really wanted to challenge myself to do things and to not be afraid of trying to draw stuff that I'd never drawn before. Because the whole point of Inktober was to challenge yourself. And this is the first time I'd drawn a lot. And so I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm getting a lack of protein headache. Damn, he hung. That's some Gallows humor right there. Thank you. This was Witching Hour? Is it Witching Hour? No, okay. No, that wasn't. Okay, so I'm really sick. This was Swing, not Gallows. This was Swing, and I was like the body swinging. This was Pattern. Now, if anybody who's superstitious, I don't know if it's a worldwide thing, but there's supposedly a pattern that 3 a.m. is a dangerous time. It's witching hour, right? This, hands down, is literally one of my proudest drawings of all time. I'm not joking when I say this. This is one of the pieces I am most proud of in my entire life. I mean it. It is Snow. This is one of my, I wanted to do something, like, again, Snow is not very fall themed, so I had to think if it was spooky or a horror film, what would Snow have? A Yeti. Do you have that? Raven! Yes, I love that. Like, I have tried to replicate the feeling of this drawing multiple times because I'm just so proud of it. I'm so proud of it. When I drew it and I was finished, I was like, oh my God, that actually looks scary. Like, can you imagine you're out camping, right? I want you to imagine you're out camping in the winter time. Maybe you're hunting, maybe you're ice fishing. And you are in the early morning light. And out in the distant hill, this is what you see looking at you. Fucking chills. That's how I saw it. That's where my mind went. And mind you, do you know what else, guys? At the time, I didn't draw creepy artwork at all. Ever. I'd never drawn creepy artwork until this Inktober. I didn't draw skulls. I didn't draw, except for that one tattoo one I showed you guys. I didn't draw creepy stuff. These are my first forays into it. I'll hold back cruel jokes and critiques. If you don't like it, Silvar, you can say it, honey. Zoom and the 2020 virus killed the snow date, right? Don't be mean to Gary. He's just a lot and confused. But I was very proud of this. I was very proud of it. And then this one was Dragon, I believe, which really challenged me. Yeah, Dragon. And my thing is, dragons or not, I need to commission you for a tattoo. Give me time. I still, like, commissions are hard for me, dude. I do too much now. There was a small amount of time where I had all the time for commissions, and I just don't. When I tell you, you guys have no idea how busy I am. I'm hoping that it's going to start to calm down. I know that I really have to start pouring myself back into the YouTube. But yeah, this was Dragon. Can you guys see the dragon? Take all the time. I don't have money for tattoos. But this was one of the first times I've really drawn a night sky. Like, again, this is one of my proudest Inktobers because I just challenged myself so much. I challenged myself so much this time. And I'm very proud of what I was able to achieve. This was burnt. I remember this. And I couldn't think of anything else. So I just did a burnt forest. But this was big. Again, one of my proudest moments was this stem. And this was one of the first times I'd actually looked at a pumpkin and drew one, and I was so proud of it. Headless Horseman. That was by that time, I was ready. I was already on the silhouette train. I reminded myself a lot that I could get a lot of effect without having to drive myself nuts. This. After that witch one, I was like, I wonder if I can do, because this was Howl, I believe. Let's see, the full moon or Howl. Let me see. Or was it Moonlight? Let me see. Like an overgrown legend. I think this was Wild. This was Legend. Legend of Sleepy Hollow. This was Wild. And so I drew this. And I remember loving and being so proud of myself that not only did I get the star effect I wanted, but I got the moonlit wolves the way I wanted it. Like, they look lit by the moon. They look it. How's it not? Oh, she's too busy talking about Howl's Moving Castle. Stop it. This was Bejeweled? Ornament. This was Ornament. So I drew her with all of her ornamental stuff on. So I made sure she was very ornamented. This was one of the first times I had drawn like a fabric creature. I remember what made me so proud of this one is that whenever someone says they are proud of anything, my knee-jerk reaction is to be hypercritical. That's terrible, Solmar. Why? This one was Thread. And I made sure the threads were splitting and pulling and all that jazz. Because I thought a voodoo doll would be hanging on by a last thread. And this voodoo doll actually reappears in a couple of my Inktobers. Bully mentality. I think this was Caught. Misfit. This was, no. Sling. No, all right, hold on. I lied. This is Misfit. This is Sling, and her arms in a sling, because pride is a sin, right? You're allowed to have some pride in yourself, sir. How dare you? This was a prankster, Halloween prankster, getting caught, getting scolded by their mother. If you don't notice, in the bag, there's a carton of eggs, toilet paper. She had a mask on. This, again, I keep saying it because what I was really proud of myself for finally doing was not being afraid. And I took a lot of chances in this Inktober, and it really came off. It really paid off a lot. This was Tread. She's treading water. And I thought, well, how can I make treading water a creepy? What if there was a creature coming up? And I was just like, I was so proud that I was finally doing something like that. This one, I know I could probably do better now. Because I noticed I didn't put any shine in the eyes right there. I only put it up here. What's wrong with me? Self-respect, yes. Inflated ego, no. It's not a bullying thing. It's a human thing. I don't take it too far, guys. Silvar said he'd hold back. Let's see. This one was treasure. This was treasure. And I was like, well, how can you make treasure spooky? And I was like, well, what if there's a guardian to the treasure? And she did not realize it. This is based off the meme of cats being able to see stuff that you can't. That's exactly where my mentality went on it, and it is ghost. So how many times you're sitting there with your cat and you're just like, silly, what do you see? And the cats can definitely see something that you can't. And I was glad about making that one. This one, again, another first for me. I really did a lot of firsts. This was one of the first times I had done a close-up with a background, and you could feel the depth. Your Inktober's are amazing. Give yourself more credit. You're so talented. Aw, thank you, Moon. I give myself credit for stepping out there and not being afraid to do the stuff. And I think this one was Sacrifice. What is this? I know my brain went for it, but I'm trying to remember what it was. Ancient. Okay, this was Ancient. And so I thought, well, what could be ancient? Was a sacrifice. And so she had her hand pooled in a liquid. There's the bowl of the liquid. She had an ancient book open. She was near a mural and this pattern on the ground. And I was just, you could see the air lifting her hair. I did hold back. I didn't pick any flaws in any pictures. Those are Inktober exercises, not finished. No, they're finished pieces. And I treat every artwork I make like a finished piece, which is one of the reasons why, if you guys notice, I don't post sketches. I don't post works in progress very much. If I make a piece, one of my biggest flaws is that I don't treat it like it's a practice. I treat it like I am creating a finished piece, which is what keeps me back from finishing a lot of artwork. This was Maze? Dizzy. This was Dizzy. And I was doing it like a little mirror maze. Was this around the time Brandon passed away? This was when he got sick. Yep. These 3 days, Brandon had gotten sick. And I didn't post this. See, November. Yep. Let's see. This is October, November. Yeah, that was after Brandon passed away. Just finished for sale. Well, I understand most artists don't, Silvar, because if you make a piece, it should be able to go up for sale. It depends if the subject is something that people like. My teachers hate that about me. I'm pretty sure because they always want thumbnail sketches. I make a full sketches set. I hate doing thumbnail sketches because then what if I like how it looks in the thumbnail? I hate it. If I do a sketch, I like the way the line looks, I'm not redoing it. I'm not. You're getting like, I hate that. So this was Tasty. And I just drew a cake with bugs all over it. This, what was this? It was dark. But I didn't want to just do a straight black page. So I tried to make a silhouette thing, which you can definitely see. You can see the tree, see the owl. This was Candy? Coat. This was Coat, so Candy Apple. And this was the first time I did like anything that looked like it was a clear liquid pouring over something. Very proud of that. This is one of the last pictures that Brandon actually, no, he didn't get to see it because he was already in the coma by then. And then I drew afterwards, after a few weeks of me having to get over it. This was ride. And so she was on the broom, flying. This was injured. At the time, I was rather emotional. So I drew a kind of silhouette of myself and how I was feeling. Because, again, I'd had another miscarriage that year. And I had lost my family. So I was not happy. This was rat or catch? Catch. And I was like, chasing a rat. And then at the very end, this was ripe. And nothing smells more ripe than trash and rotting jack-o'-lanterns. So that was the Inktober. But then if you saw, there were two lists. Pinup Inktober. And you guys have noticed I've always done a pinup every year. Well, this is why. Again, this Inktober, I did, hello, Jess. I did a lot of pushing my boundaries. And this, which I still feel is one of my favorite pieces I've ever done. I have her in stickers. I really need to get better stickers made of her. So these are much more simple prompts. They were witch, ethereal, dessert, space, and carnival. Ethereal is the one I am not proud of. I fucked up on her arm. It's supposed to be her reaching forward. Did not come out well. Hello, Ark! This is dessert, and it's got all fall treats. Little pumpkin pie, candy corns. It's got candy apples. Space. I couldn't get around that one, so I had to do it as, very proud of this one. And carnival. And this, like, you can see Garbus. Garbus. So I was very proud of these. That was my first Inktober. I did, in my opinion, I did a pretty damn good job. Then I had, let me see, this one, and this one, and this one. So this was 2020. Is this 2020? Let's see. This was 2020. This was 2021. This was 2022. You can see, like, I started buying the official Inktober books because I wanted to support him. But then the internet canceled him to claim he was a racist when he obviously clearly wasn't. That's for what is ripe. Garbage. And now I do not have the list of prompts on here, but this was Wisp. I remember that. This was big or stuffed. The giant werewolf trying to kill a little girl. Radio that is whatchamacallit. I actually need to pee. Oh my god. Dang it, and Chaco left. I was gonna have her come up on, if she could come up on it. Because now I need to go to the bathroom. That fish is cool. I've tried to draw more of it. I think I did later in a mermaid. I drew something like it. But I drew the pumpkin having little sweat marks on it because it was afraid of the knife. For a second, little girl, and I know a lot of people tried to say that, and I'm like, no, I just tried to frame it like it was a little girl afraid. I've always loved this rat. As soon as I drew this rat, I was so proud of it because it's so cute with its little crumbs on its mouth from the cupcake. I was so proud of that. This witch, I tried very hard on, but while a lot of the elements are cool, I definitely am not happy with the end result, but I tried. This was Floss, I believe. And so I was doing a vampire taking care of their teeth. Bye, Raven. Splash. I did a priest coming after a demon. I can tell this was a mistake and remorse or something, but she was trying to get back. She was doing a Ouija board to try to talk to her lost loved one, and instead was going to end up getting cursed. This one, she nasty. That's the first time I drew wrinkles, stuff like that. Like, I took it off of the vampire I did the year before, and I really tried to make it work. Pretty sure I drew her. Did I draw her with Athena? Honey, no, you can't. I love the disgust on his face. He's like, ugh, God, whatever, stop, please. This was like Blob. And this particular Inktober came with colored inks, not these ones, I don't think. But these two Inktobers came with inks. Rat Fink looking ass. I always liked the way he swooped. He looked very dynamic, the way he was coming in. I also really liked how the pyramid came out in the back. This, I was lazy on, 100%. This was armor. Whoa. Scam likely. Someone liquefy Cookie Monster. This was my favorite piece from this Inktober. I love what I did with him. I think he looked really good. I think it told a good little story. I was really proud of the wagon wheel. Like, this is something that I would do as a print. The only thing I would do is I would update the back to have a little bit more background on the color of the sky. I was updating. I did again from the 2019 Inktober. I brought the alien back. I think it was Rocket. My God, who and what? No, go away. This was more magic and witches, but I was not used to using ink, so it did get very splotchy. Little something caught in a spider web, so I tried to do a little bat, the spider coming up. This was Disco or something, and I did like a take on Monster High at the time. So it was like Claudine, Draculaura, and Frankenstein, but obviously not them. I just did my own, I used them as a base of the idea. But I always really liked how the Frankenstein's girl looked, especially her hand. I was very proud of how that looked. And they were like in a disco, and she got confused because she's, Frankenstein's monster, so she couldn't really stand on her own. And then I decided what would be hilarious is a little pixie girl tried to catch her while the full-size girls were doing absolutely jack shit. So I thought that'd be funny. This was a lagoon or a sea monster or something, so this took me 2 days to do. She's a they them now. You can no. Hunty, do not. Do not. Black Cat's already ruins that for me all the time. I did not again, I wasn't really still used to drawing monsters by this time. Not very proud of him, but I was proud of the girl and the results of what I got out of it. You got the idea. Bride of Frankenstein already says, excuse you. Now this, and if you look on my Inktober from 2020, you will see this right here is a remake of art I did in 2009, 2010. And I was like, this is my time. I'm going to update it. A piece that I was too afraid to finish back then. I don't know where it is, but I found it on my DeviantArt. And if you go on my Instagram, it's on there. It was just simple zombie. I think this was grave or dig. So digging a grave. I think this was family or pet or unity, or it was weird. Crouch. Linda, hello, Linda. Oh, this one's nude, but it's a lamia. Go. I think this was ethereal. This was boots. So I drew a happy little witch from the first one, trying on her boots. This was Howl. Listen, Linda, listen. This was Escape. And that was it for that Inktober. That was it. Athena, we're gonna have to have a talk here, kid, because I gotta pee. Listen, children, talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Star Sign can't wait anymore. She gotta go. I'll be right back. I didn't swear that I did return. I swore that I will return. And I did. And my house is so full of fur today. A toy. Not the skull shit. No! Hunty! Why would you bring that up? Oh, because Bubs, I'm getting off in 20 minutes, honey. Where were you the other 2 hours? Damn, right in the skull shitter. Choco did. Why did you acknowledge it? Both of you go to your room. Choco brought the skull shitter first. It's okay, I only need 5 minutes before you get off in 20. Oh, so I'm not sending you an invite at all then. Got you. I think Remy... No. Don't you try to pass off the blame there, sponge. Yeah, you all should be in my Discord. All of you children should be in my Discord. Why are you not? Why is there people not in my Discord? Put these away. So then we're going to go on to 2021. Go. I'm pretty proud of this one. I tried to do it like she was trapped in crystals. All things considered, didn't come out too bad at all. Being among so many younger women. Okay, I can see that. I can see, but there are older women in there too, Silvar. You know, I'm not that young. We're only 14 years apart in age. This was the beginning. Where's the fleshling? Was this the year I did the fleshling? Hold on, let me see. Where is it? No. Nope. Let me see these two. I think. Which one? Not this one. This was the year. I get to it. Is it? No, where is it? Is this it? Fuck you, come on. I just saw it earlier. Saw the other stuff in it. All this dust just flying everywhere. This is it. This was the year. Before I show the Inktober's themselves, let me show you. This is where Starsan's Dark Souls origin story begins, right? This is where I started drawing more sinister looking artwork. I pushed myself further. There we go. Thanks to the cats and me having to stuff things everywhere, I've run out of a lot of room on this desk. Because they keep trying to destroy my shit. Anyways. Mainly Calliope and Penny have caused this. So, this particular Inktober, I wanted to try to push myself further. This was the year that I was Gothix's assistant. And I was like, I have all this time. I have all of this energy. And I didn't have a lot of time. I was working a lot with Gothix on the side. But I was like, during streams or things like that, I can draw as well. And so... what can't handle you? What is too talented? Oh, PG, yes. This has never happened before. What the heck? It's attacking. It's attacking your talent. So I drew this. It was kind of like a Slenderman. And I was very proud of that little Slenderman. He is also on my Instagram. I need to get a new camera. There is one I want to get by Logitech. It's like $450. I'm going to get it. It's so clean and crisp. I won't have this problem anymore. And it like comes across. It won't shake. It's got its own light. It's like 1080p, and it also got the 4K. I'm getting that shit for all this. Just turn it off and turn it on again. It doesn't work. This one only goes up to 720. So this one, because it had less pages than normal, I had to do on both sides. But this is where this one came with a lot more inks. And so I went to town. And I decided to also not only do a series of pinups, but as you guys know, I also do monsters now. So I did 5 pinups and 5 monsters. And if you guys remember, a lot of you were following me by this time. This is around the time that Gothics and I split ways. And if you want to know about commissions, see, I started drawing out what it would cost for what mediums for commission. Oh, there's Guy. So I did demonstrations of what mediums I had. So I had colored pencil, alcohol marker, water-based marker, watercolor. And then it was digital flat, digital detailed, pencil, black line, color line, digital black, digital color. There's Angel and Diablo. And I think I got these up. If you go on to my Instagram, I believe they're up there. I was pretty proud of these. Although for some reason they did not line up properly. Still don't understand how they didn't, but they never lined up properly when I did it with the digital one. Still don't understand it, but that's okay. But anyways, so starting off strong. I don't know, Bubs. When I put it into the digital format, it did not line up. So annoying. Anyways, meet Pumpkin Spice. I very much liked her background. I drew her if I was going to have fall lingerie, what would I want to wear? So she has thigh-high stockings that have little pumpkins and leaves over them. She's got these cute little solid shoes that have big maroon bows. Her shadow is all teal. Her hair starts off as a deep gold, fades into like a very light latte color, goes back into deep gold, and then turns into a very pumpkin-y orange. Basic my ass. This bitch is beautiful. Bell sleeves for the romance. Oh, yes. And then we went into the Black Widow. I know that spider is janky. I don't care. It was meant for style, not for accuracy. Then we've got the Fall Girl. She's falling. I was so proud of how I did those filigree. Took me days. Days, I tell you. I would kill for this exact coat. If I could get this to walk around the house in, I would feel so, woo, I'd feel gorgeous. And then this one, for some reason, she just does not look right whenever I scan her. The Black Cat. On her little nighttime cloud. I love her boots. Love those boots. She's got her little gray stockings with the little orange bows. Her little bell. Her little orange negligee onesie. She just looks so damn cute. Then we have our witch. And I love that her cat is just like enjoying the ride so hard. Then went on to the monsters, and this was the first year. Neko Neru from Sailor Moon. The werewolf. I tried doing like a superhero pose. Yes, Athena. What is it? No, you're not going to get on the paper. No, thank you. You stay on me. Thank you, madam. I was trying to do a creature from the Black Lagoon, and I just it did not click with me. No matter what I was doing, he just didn't feel right. So I went again, and instead, one of the proudest monsters I've ever made, the Fleshling. And I drew this one, and a lot of people said it just made them uncomfortable. Just looking at him made them uncomfortable. And I kind of want to do more with him, but I don't know what to do. Stickers coming when? So here's another problem with it. Scanning them. Fleshling, not fleshlight, Chris. Hornball. Sir, you need to get laid. Say something to you. Chaco, get laid. Stop it. The nip-nops. Go find you a woman. It is very uncomfortable. Yes. I wanted him to make people feel uncomfortable. From his little tiny feet with his saggy, fleshy toes that like taper off, his long, sharp, dagger-like fingers, how his crotch is eerily sweaty and fleshy but lacks any identifiable genitalia. His tongue all long and thin and spindly. Stars on Con Orgy. What I did was I tried to give him like spider-like qualities. So he has these little tiny arms on his back where he can cling to like trees and other things, and he can hang from the ceiling, but he can reach down really slowly and like pluck up things with the tips of his finger, or he can easily just like jab and stab. Like, when I tell you I love my fleshling, I love this disgusting, creepy creature with his long, saggy neck and his giant, creepy teeth and his tiny, beady eyes. Like, the creepiest creature I've drawn. And bitch, shush, I'm trying to eat. Oh, but I thought you wanted to talk about dirty things. Yamate. You guys want to see Chaco flip out? Talking a tiny little girl voice to her. Post Dr. Evil in response to Bubs. How about no? I was very, very pleased with this. Like, I sat down and I was like, if I was going to think about something that made me uncomfortable, sweaty, clammy skin, to form soft and get a design job, no, they never would. It's a one-off good job on my part. But I wanted to give him like a really cool outline. I really do hope I can get him on a shirt or something. He walked so my monster faces could run, but I will say that I'm really proud of him. This was me showing the degradation, like of mental health, like insanity. Again, really, really proud of him. No. And then I did just a classic vampire. And I did it in black and white so the red could really like... By the way, guys, that's red. In case you all forgot, this is red. This is pink. This is red. The dog toy was this color. Which you all called it was this color. Rat Fink looking ass part 2. That thing is a threat to the whole chat. Are you guys saying my poor little fleshling you guys not love him? Don't you think he's cute? It was pink. Thank you. If it was a Wednesday, that would be a great joke. But, you know, we're going to keep him in the background for all this. So, again, I started with him, and then I drew him. I missed that. What the fuck? Wait, missed what? I lived near a nuclear power plant for a decade. It was disappointed my junk doesn't glow in the dark, so I'd rather not talk about flashlights. I'm sorry, it's terrifying. Like a whole ass hemorrhoid. Damn. Fleshy Slenderman. Perhaps I'm desensitized to all things scary. See, thank you, Linda. But is it just because you're desensitized, or is he actually a little scar? We've got... I gotta put my finger here so that way it doesn't exactly look it. Because I don't know what YouTube will get mad about. These were all, again, there's a ghost ship. Getting hung at the gallows. I was really impressed with the feat I did in this old lady. Like, you guys can see the progression of abilities that I did as I moved on in this. This was the least satisfying paper, though. Let me tell you something. I did not enjoy painting on this paper. It ran off really easy, and it created a really shiny effect that I don't know how I feel, but I will say super saturated, so I'm kind of stuck in the middle on it. This is one of my other favorite pictures I've ever drawn. If you guys recognize, I told you the Yeti inspired me. This was a chase theme. I think it was escape. And so she's running from the axe murderer. She got stuck in barbed wire. And I was just very proud of the way she gripped the grass. Her face genuinely looked upset. Like, this particular Inktober was a turning point for me. It very much was. This was a turning point in my skills, in what I was willing to do, in my storytelling, in where I was willing to push the limits. It definitely... But then the very next day, I did a rather shitty picture. This one was about being trapped inside somewhere. So, you know, dying after counting the days. Turning Point USA, right? Turning Point Star Son collaboration when? Probably never, because I was never a leftist, so I'm not interesting to them. She genuinely looked upset at having barbed wire in her leg. I sure fucking hope so. She's more upset about the axe murderer than the barbed wire, but it's like kind of like the feeling of hopelessness is what I was going for. Madame. This was another one because I have a very hard time having characters interact sometimes. The movement in this picture, where you could definitely tell he was elbowing this guy. She's like realizing she got hit. The impact point and all that. Like, I was very proud of how I did that. As you can see, I updated silhouettes. Got a little better. This did way better. And I will say the ink does a way better job showcasing the white. 100%. So there's that. And thank you. I was pretty proud of that clock with a little skeleton hand. On my phone, the big heart for emojis cuts off the last word of the new comment. So I only saw F on feet. Chaco's comment. So I thought she said futa. This was one I think is about seduction or seduce or anything like that. I was very proud of that. Grow, and this growing over a dead body. This is just a cat hissing. This one I really liked. I liked the way she's summoning souls. You can't really see it well, But, well, actually, you kind of can. Hands coming down from the smoke that's appearing. Bye, Chris. This was the beginning of my trick-or-treater. Every year, I draw a little blue-eyed child trick-or-treating and in an outfit. And this is the first year I drew him. And now he is a staple. Every year he gets he ages up a little bit. He's like 2 in this in his little dinosaur outfit. I think the theme was dinosaur. I think this was slime was the theme for this one. All right, so I drew this. It's clear what's happening. A friend of mine, I don't know if we're friends anymore. She deleted me on Facebook. She's like, is that a black guy? What? She's like, is he getting shot because he's black? What? Like, why is that the only thing you ask me? She just wrote lol, and I was like, no, that is not it. And she just lulled afterwards, and I was like, okay, weird. Well, she's black, and she was also whatchamacallit. She was kind of a BLM kind of person, and she knew I was Republican. So she was trying to, like, I think, gotcha me in a potential racism. And I was like, why? It's just Inktober. What are you talking about? So, again, see, the rag doll came back. I love and hate this one because the paint messed up and it erased a lot of the lines. Because I originally wanted her a different color, but something happened. I messed up somewhere, and I had to paint her that. But I'm still pretty proud of the overall line work on her. I loved her face. Again, these are all on my Instagram. I see that somebody that was watching, when I went to the bathroom, I checked. Oh, this was the last day of Inktober that year. And it was about candy corn. Saw the skull potty. Do they make it an ogre size? So why would Quiet Chris leave right before he should have seen the most important message in this book? We'll never know. But the prompt was candy corn, and that was the only thing I could think of. And so that's what I did. Very proud of that picture. Exceedingly so. I would say it's like a, A+ top tier piece of artwork overall. Yeah, Chris already told me he's actually a guy. He very much corrected me. He's like, you guys still think I'm a woman. And I was like, wait, you're not? This is one of my favorite drawings I did of myself. I don't know if you guys have seen it. This is my original fall drawing of myself. And damn, there goes my lesbian harem. Excuse me. I love this picture. I think I'm gonna put it on a shirt. I'm making cookies and cream coffee. What should I put in it? Guess I'm bi now. So you do like girls, Choco. I knew it. I love your Halloween art. I'd buy that shirt, right? Like it clearly depicted. If you go on my Instagram, there is a comic from that year of me literally taking a bullet to the sun so that way fall would happen. See, I love and hate this because you really can't fold it over the end. Here we go. I'm just gonna pull it out. So this time I have the prompt list. I would definitely say add cream. Cream is important. Of course, Choco, my secret lover, and every Wednesday. This one, the paper, again, something about Viviva, their paper leaves something to be desired. Like, these were the expensive sets. Why are you hating on summer? Every reason to hate on summer. Wife a hooligan. And I will say drawing on this one was also difficult. This one was difficult. And this was the year I did the monster faces. But did I double side these? I think I ended up having to, yeah. Yeah, I ended up having to double side. Or at least I think I missed one, and I started the next one. Is that what it was? Yeah, I missed one. But again, this one came with watercolors, so this year I used a watercolor. This was the Viviva watercolors, which were very beautiful. This one I enjoyed. She's just quietly lighting the sacrificial candles while they're taking this guy and putting him on the sacrificial thing. This one was fun. It was crabby. And so I did a giant crab destroying Halloween. There's my little trick-or-treater. He grew up. He's a little eagle. This was an ogre stealing a girl's soul. This was Helga comforting, because we know that death doesn't want to hurt people. He just wants to guide them into a peaceful afterlife. So Helga was comforting him. Hollow, I believe, was this one. Empty. It was empty. This was Armadillo. I hated it, so I did a Where Armadillo. This was fowl, like the bird. Not fowl. It was fowls and a bird. So I did a zombie rooster. Salty, because one kid got a full-size candy bar and she got a mini. Scrape. Armadillo, way better. This was Ponytail. Bluff. Because we all know when a cat's in the corner like that and they're puffed up, they're bluffing. This is the first time I incorporated something of mine. This is Orion. I drew Orion. He would totally do this. It said bad dog. Orion would 100% eat one of my pumpkins and not supposed to. Damn, Choco, you need to get laid, girl. You out here. Did you miss me that much? Heist. Candy bowl. Take only one. This said booger. This is what I drew. I was like, nope. I even wrote it in the description. I remember I was like, and you see my face, disgust? I wrote, I don't like them. I don't like talking about them. It's not happening. Fairy, so I drew a pumpkin fairy. This was tempting. So, you know, he wants his tempted at the Halloween party. Candy. Ego. Snack. See, now this is more aligned with what Silvar was saying. Like, you know, completing challenges. Because this paper really did not lend for my ideas very well. Oh, and again, now this one's just, it is a update to my first one, the Yeti. Camping. This one, yep, very proud of. Very, very proud of. YouTube is so unrestricted, right? Wendigo. No, this was, I don't know what it was. I just drew it. All right, guys. Water of the day. I filtered my water through some cookies and cream coffee. Now I know why I want to make a cave with glowy eyes. Well, Chaco, I definitely drew this on screen. Like, you definitely were in the chat when I was drawing this. That would definitely sell as a print in the store. Maybe, but this, I'm definitely proud of this one. Look up deal. No, don't do it. I'm always in chat. Right. Except for my Monday nights. This was, uh-oh. And as I've told you guys, I fucking hate glass eye dolls. This was gear. So I drew what like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type motherfucker would have. And then farm was the last one. Pick your own pumpkin. So that was 2022. Right? And as you all know, between Zorro dying and me trying to buy this house and me having to take over a lot of the restaurants, I've been a little busy. Bro, if you do, I'd cry. It'd be so nice. That'd be so cool. I hadn't heard that definition, read it in a book on the ROM. Totally different meaning. I want you to draw the slua. I'm going to finishing. Here's the thing. So, right here is this year's mermaid, okay? Like, we still gotta post mermaid, kids. I've made all the drawings. I just haven't, like, all right, so I got up to Kira and painting, right? But mermaid itself is drawn. I drew it. I drew it all. Like, it's done. It's done. Okay? Okay. All right, let's start with that. This is last year's mermaid. Oh, sorry, Athena. Oof, motherfucker. There's a lot of cat fur and dust because the cats keep, like, crowding into my shelves now to get away from each other. It's fucking ridiculous. Let me see. And here is from that year's Inktober. This is okay. So this is mermaid again. This is another mermaid that I never finished. Look at this. Look at this. This is a mermaid from 2021. I never even finished it. Some of these are posted. These are posted. This is a follower of mine who happens to be trans. I drew her as a the mermaid that year, and I got this far. Okay, was loving that. That's it. That's it. That's it. And I got a couple of sketches done. And so then these are actually pinups for Patreon. If you're on my Patreon, you've seen these. And then this was for Draw My Heritage. Most of them are not. I'm a proud Irish one. Okay. So I don't do monthly challenges. So I was great, but 2022 into 2023 were not so great. A lot of stuff went down. A lot of stuff. So this was my pinups for 2022. Okay. So I've got pumpkin spice ice cream, red velvet cake, snickerdoodle, caramel apple, and cinnamon bun. So I did food theme that year for the Inktober for my pinups, right? Put these to the side. I did food theme that year for the pinups. Can I get that a little closer? This looks really red on camera, but it's actually all orange. And I was like, what I love is that a lot of people try to say that I traced all this, that I copy pasted. And a lot of folks, because it's such a crisp and clean color, they don't realize these are Posca. This is all hand drawn. I believe I drew some of this on screen with you guys. And these are all acrylics and Posca. Okay. Then we get into my monsters And you guys should be very familiar with these boys. These boys should be very familiar to you guys. And to this day, this boy right here is one of the proudest things ever drawn. And so you guys are going to say stickers when? I've released stickers and shirts. None of you bought them. Only Choco. Yeah, Choco is my only purchase. I've been telling you guys I have shirts and everything. Nobody's bought any. So that's why it's not worth me going through all the effort of putting all of them in a store and then nothing selling. I need to make sure that when I get all them up on the thing and I design it all and I post all this stuff. But I remember drawing this and I remember thinking, not only is it what I pictured in my head, it's even better than what I pictured in my head. But on top of that, it's something that if I saw it and I wasn't the one that drew it, I would think it was cool. But no, Hunty, that's not the point. Oh, Ogar, that's Silver, that's not the point. The point is everyone's like, oh, go sell it, sell it, sell it. You guys don't realize a lot of people don't want it. And so it's like, I'm not going to keep pushing for merch and putting it out there just for it to sit empty. I have to wait to see if people actually like it. And I think that these monsters were the first time I genuinely drew really good stuff. Like not just good for me, not just good for my audience, not just good for my little, but just good stuff. Like quality stuff. Relatable stuff. Something that if somebody saw it, they would be like, wow, that's wicked cool. I want that. That was something that, and like, oh, and here's my little, you guys know if you're on my Twitch, here's my little me. You know it's based off of my hat. I really gotta switch my picture though. And these were prompts somebody gave me. Oof. I'm feeling my, oh! There's the original drawing for the fat ass card, which by the way, none of the winners sent me their info. Like, none of you. Oh! And then I drew these. I think I showed you guys 4. These are the anti-LGBTQIA plus pictures. Our preference does not make us villains. Our love does not make us victims. My sexuality does not define me. I drew these as a thing against Pride Month. Because straight people are allowed to be straight. Being gay doesn't make you some kind of victim that you've got to get points for. Being bi doesn't mean that that defines who you are as a person. Those are cool sticker monsters. I just don't know anyone who buys anymore, right? Oh, there's so much artwork. There's so much. I've drawn so much stuff. You low-key forgot Wani. All the kids grew up. Well, I mean, I drew those for adults, not for kids. But that's the point. Like, I made sure it was on a shirt. Because, like, if I was going to wear a shirt, that's what I would like. So, that's what I did. Squeeze me, I am Peter Pan. That doesn't sound right, Chaco. That sounds wrong. But that's a little trip down memory lane, kids. I know this was what you all requested in the Discord. I've got more old artwork, like, all over the place. But because Starman has not done the cat boxes today, my head is getting a little light. I'm getting a little nauseous. I also haven't eaten much. You've all seen all these pieces because we've drawn them together. This is the biggest pain in my butt ever. These are all the commissions I still haven't mailed. Because every time I go to do this stuff, everything gets thrown off. This is Linda's. That's Edie's. That was just for me, I think. This is Linda's. That was for Kayla Chan, someone who doesn't talk to me anymore. So Charlotte's. This is Guy. But I'm overloaded on cool teas. I need more fancy night out clothes. Well, I can't do that for you, sir. I'm sorry. There is nothing I can do for you on that front. I do apologize. Let me slide all this shit back up in here. Get it out of the way. So that way no cats can destroy it because they have a habit of doing just that. Which are you? Okay. Still busy trying to hide all this shit so that way the cats don't destroy it just on a whim. That's the most difficult part about all this, is that all the cats constantly are fighting. And when the panicky cats get in this room, what's really weird is there is no gaps. I have hodgepodge the entire shelf, so it looks uninviting. One would think because I did that, they would not get in. Oh no. They hollow it out. They'll get up there and dig all my shit out and just get up there anyway. It's great. I love it. 10 out of 10. Being the wizard I am, she's talking about getting savings. Sorry, would you scuba dive to get rid of? I wouldn't scuba dive for anything. Nope. Not enough money in the world. I am not scuba diving. Nope. No thank you. Not no way. Not no how. I have a healthy respect for the ocean. In other words, I know it would kill me. So you know what I'm not going to do? Get in the ocean. Don't feel like dying. I am not in the mood for death. I have claustrophobia to begin with. I float very easy. So sinking me is going to be difficult. Like getting me to go into the ocean and not rise up, you'd have to like weigh me down with stuff, which means I'd be heavier than I already am. There's just so many reasons why it's just a no. It's gonna be a no from me, Doug. Like, do I see the reason for it? 100%. Do I agree with the reasoning to do it? 100%. Am I going to do it? 300% no. Oh, that's a good shove. I'm going to shove that all in there. And this is a mermaid. This is another mermaid, but this one definitely has nudity in it. Oh, here was the one. So here's where, this is when Placo first got introduced. Love my girl. This is what I was talking about. Who said? I forgot who said it. Woo! I think with that, I should go. What the hell? All right. I was cleaning up anyway, but still. Alrighty, guys, but beautiful, your body becomes naturally buoyant. I am already way too buoyant. How about going to space? If I can be inside of a aircraft that is large enough that I'm not stuck in a like, I have a hard time with airplanes. As long as I have free room, I'm okay. But yeah, this particular year of Mermaid, I did two separate. This was the year I created Placo. I did two separate mermaid challenges. I don't know why, I just did. No, my face was nowhere in that. I don't know if you guys saw my face. My face was nowhere in that. That was entirely my camera falling. That was all. But All right, guys. That is it for today. I appreciate you all being here, and I'm sorry that it took so long to get back, but now that I am a homeowner, now that Starman and I are finally out of half of our stressors, I mean, granted, we got new ones to do. I should be around a lot more. The Lasso Hobbyer, I will nag you. You missed all the stream. You missed the entire stream, Esteban. It's ASMR for your eyes. I'll nag you too. Bite me, both of you. You're bad children. Thanks for streaming. Congrats on homeowners. Thank you, Silvar. Thank you so much, guys. Nadia, you're still here. You've been here the whole time. Oh, I feel so loved. Thank you guys all so much. I'm as long as I don't have to do any prep this week, if I've got a chop, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to draw next Tuesday, but I'm gonna try. I should have a new video coming out on Thursday, and if you guys know who Joshua Weissman is, no, I did not get him for a video. Don't be smoking and getting all ridiculous. But I did do a video about him, so I hope you guys enjoy that. Also, you want to see how much weight I'm losing? Look at how like it's so saggy now, guys. It's so saggy. It's ridiculous. Like, I noticed it the other day, like, all this is getting thinner. I'm sure somewhere we can find a video where my fat was all, like, right there, but gosh. Yeah, I have one last thing to tell you guys. I'm pretty sure I'm down to a 2X. I gotta buy some and find out, but I'm gonna find out. Either way, guys, I just want to thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much for being supportive of me. You guys literally being my supporters, being my YouTube followers, being my Patreon. You guys are the reason I was able to make the final deposit on the house. There was $200 that came into my bank account because of you guys. And that made the difference between me making the final on that deposit. So literally, you guys are saviors to me. You guys help me out so much. And, you know, I'm going to keep working hard to bring you good content. And I'm back. No more. Hold me accountable. Hold me accountable. There's one big less stressor. I've got 2 months to save up for quite a few months of mortgages. So, you know, I'm on that. And I need to start working harder because I know that if I produce good videos for you guys, I'm going to get money too. So welcome to a new year. I think 2024 is going to be a big one for all of us in one way or another. I love you guys. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you being here for me. And here's to 2024. Let's start this off right, guys. I love you all. Remember, be kind, stay safe, and remember to tell people that are important to you that you love them and to be safe. So, guys, I love you. I mean it. Be safe, and I will see you next week. Bye, everyone.